Welcome to Bryer's Music Showcase. I'm Bryer and welcome back to another video. And in this one, I'm going to be going through all the CDs I have bought throughout the month of June. So I've purchased a total of 28 CDs. So not as much as previous months, but I think I got more than May, which I think May is still in last place for the least amount of CDs I bought. But 28 is still a pretty good number, I must say. So as usual, I'm going to go through all of them, and I'm going to give basically my first impressions on a lot of them, because pretty much all these I've listened to at least once, maybe a couple, two times, but for the most part just one time. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. Again, very diverse, a lot of different genres here, so it's going to be pretty cool as always. So if you like these videos, please give the video a like, subscribe if you're new, and you know the drill. Alright, so let's just go right into it. So starting off, let's start off with some metal music. So when does this come out? 2010? Yeah. So first up, and I think I unboxed this as well, we have Blood of the Nations by Accept. Again, German metal band. Always enjoyed their music. I have a couple of them, but the only ones I have are the ones with their original lead singer, Udo Dirkschneider. But this is the first album with their current lead singer, Mark. Can't remember his last name. So Mark, I know is his first. So Mark Termilio, something like that. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. But regardless, so like I said, this is the first album with him, and this is a very good album. A lot of good songs on here, very heavy, a lot of great guitar work. And even the vocals are still very amazing. Like, of course I still prefer the original singer, but he definitely makes himself stand out, and I think he does a very good job. Just top to bottom is just absolutely spectacular. Produced by Andy Sneap. Beat the Bastards, The Abyss, the title track, Time Machine, Kill the Pain, No Shelter, Bucket Full of Hate. Just a great album. If you love metal, then if you've not heard this one, then please go ahead and check it out. Alright, next, I got this at a record store. So we have Let It Be by the Beatles, but I found the naked version. So again, for those who are unaware, this is kind of this came out in 2003 this came out, and this was kind of Paul's attempt to kind of turn Let It Be to how he originally wanted to be, without all the Phil Spector orchestrations on it. So we have this, and it's pretty good. I liked it. I think I still prefer the original version, at least for me, but I think this is kind of nice just to hear what could have been. So the track listing is very different. So you have Get Back, Dig a Pony, then For Your Blue, then The Long and Winding Road, Two of Us, I've Got a Feeling, One After 909, Don't Let Me Down, I'm a Mine, Across the Universe, and Let It Be, the title track. So yeah, very interesting, very cool. Of course, like I said, I think I still prefer the original, but nice to have, especially if you're a Beatles fan. Something for the collection. Alright, next we have Jeff Beck. I found another Jeff Beck CD, and this one's called There and Back. Pretty standard cover though. So I have Blow by Blow, and I really enjoyed that album, so I decided to get another one. So this is kind of a more, well, this came out in 1980 and definitely has a more polished sound. A lot more synthesizers on this one, but still very good. Of course, Jeff Beck's guitar playing on here is still very good. There's not really a song I didn't really like, but I think I still prefer Blow by Blow. I don't know. I think I like the experimentation on that one than I do on this one, but still pretty solid. I think it's worth checking out. Alright, next. This one's a very interesting one. So, I have Kate Bush again. It's been a while since I talked about her, right? But this is an interesting one because I saw this at the record store. I was like, what is this? And so, here it is. this is it. And this is called The Tour of Life. So this is a live album, but from what I mean, you could probably tell by the look of it, this is probably an unofficial bootleg or an official bootleg. I don't know which one's which. So this was recorded during her tour in 1979, in her last big tour. So you have Manchester, UK, Apollo, April 10th, 1979. So the reason why I'm pretty confident this is just a bootleg is because the audio quality is not that great. You could tell this was very, very cheaply recorded, but this pretty much has all the songs she was playing at the time. You know, disc 1 has Moving, saxophone song, Them Heavy People, Egypt, the violin, Full House, and then disc 2 has other songs like Coffee Home Ground, Sympathy in Blue, Wuthering Heights, of course, Wow. So pretty much all the songs she was playing at the time. This is when she released her first 2 albums. And you have Egypt and Violin, which would appear on the next album. So very interesting to have. Again, it's not the best audio quality. One more thing I should probably mention is that this also comes with bonus tracks, and the bonus tracks are quite interesting because they pretty much take a performance she did on a Japanese TV show. And so you have a duet with Peter Gabriel for the song Another Day, which is for a Christmas special from the looks of it. And then there's other Japanese TV appearances where she sings Moving, and she does 2 Beatles covers. She sings She's Leaving Home and The Long and Winding Road. So I think that's pretty interesting. Again, the quality of them are not that great, but it's interesting. If you want to hear Kate Bush sing a couple Beatles songs, then I don't know. I mean, you can probably find them on YouTube, but I don't know. Maybe if you're a huge Kate Bush fan, maybe you want to have this. But I wouldn't say it's essential. All right, next up, we got the Byrds with Fifth Dimension. So I pretty much got this because if you're not aware, I'm doing a collaboration series with Nick Urbanski. Hopefully I said that last name correctly. But what we're doing, I'll probably leave a link to his channel in the description. But what I'm trying to say is that we're doing a series where we're reviewing all the Byrds albums. And I didn't have this originally, but I wanted to have this album when we did the review. And so I went out and got it. And yeah, very solid album. I'm not going to go too in depth on my thoughts on it. I'll leave a link to not only Nick's channel, but I'll leave a link to the Fifth Dimension review, so you know my whole thoughts on it. But long story short, very good, solid album, pretty good. But I think I still prefer the first 2 albums over this. So, but that's just me. Okay, moving on. We have Eric Clapton. We have Slow Hands. 1977 this came out, and probably his most well-known solo album. Excuse me. And I really enjoyed this one too. This was pretty good. Of course, it starts out with Cocaine, pretty well-known song by him. Wonderful Tonight's a great song. Lay Down Sally. We're All the Way. Another big standout song, we have The Core, which is 8 minutes long, but it's a great song. It's a duet with Eric, and there was another female singer on this track. Let me find out who. Marcy Levy is the one. So great song that is. And another fun fact, on backing vocals you have Yvonne Elliman, who also played Mary Magdalene in Jesus Christ Superstar. So kind of cool that she's on this album, just as backing vocals though. But yeah, I mean, Peaches and Diesels is a pretty nice instrumental. May You Never is another good song. Oh, of course. I thought I'm far away from this issue, but no. So I'm not cutting this. So yeah, moving on. So yeah, good album. Okay, next up, we got The Combat Rock by The Clash. So it's been a while since I got another Clash album, because all I have is London Calling. But I think this is the follow-up album. And yeah, I will say not as good as London Calling, I mean, obviously, but yeah, there's a lot more songs I didn't care for. Like the first song was it's okay. What else? What other songs I didn't care for? Sean Flynn, wasn't that interested. In a Calculated City. Yes, again, a lot more songs that were just fine, but there are some very good standout songs. Like, of course, this is the home of Should I Stay or Should I Go? And of course, Rock the Cashbot, which is probably my favorite song on this album. Probably other songs I liked were Overpowered by Funk. I think that was pretty good. Let's see, Adam Tan. It's not too bad. But yeah, it's okay. But didn't really do a whole lot for me as a whole. Okay, I got another Greatest Hits, and again, like I say, I only get Greatest Hits if it's an artist. I know I'm not gonna go out of my way to get the whole catalog. I may just like a few songs here and there, and this is kind of one of them. We have Culture Club, of course, with Boy George and company. Yeah, I just got it because, you know, it has 14 songs, not too bad, pretty good for Greatest Hits, and pretty much has all the songs I might need, like Karma Chameleon and Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? And the rest is pretty good, pretty solid stuff. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna get that many Culture Club albums, so this will suffice for now. All right, these next two are by the same band, and I know I unboxed these as well. We have The Cure. So of course I have Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, and Disintegration. So I've wanted to get Cure for a long time, and I'm happy to say I really enjoyed these two. Very good stuff on here. I mean, Robert Smith, you know, I very much respect him as a songwriter. Just some great songs throughout both these. Great feel, and I like the atmosphere that they try to do. Again, trying to keep in touch with that gothic sound that they're kind of known for. I think out of the two, I think I prefer this one. And to many people, this is probably one of their best albums. So yeah, very impressed by both of these. I definitely want to listen to these two again, because I think over time I'll really enjoy these a lot more. But let me know in the comments which one of these two you prefer, and let me know what other Cure albums I should check out, because I know they are pretty well renowned, and I know a lot of people love The Cure. So yeah, let me know. Alright, so I didn't forget any jazz this month, because I do have do I have more jazz? Well, I showed Jeff Beck, which is kind of jazz fusion, but I don't think, yeah, I have a couple more jazz albums. We have Miles Davis with Sketches of Spain. This was a collaboration he did. I forgot who. I'm pretty sure this will tell me who, because this is kind of okay. I'll find it, I swear, because now I'm transfixed. Like, who did he collaborate with? Because I know the story was that this was kind of more taking jazz and incorporating a lot of Spanish influence. Oh, it's right there. Gil Evans. There we go, Gil Evans. So like I said, combination of Spanish music and jazz. Very good atmosphere this one has. Again, a lot of the great trumpet playing by Davis, but he also got a lot of that Spanish influence on here, which really mesh well together, I think. So yeah, very good. I really enjoy this one as well. All right, next up, Dire Straits. I got another Dire Straits, and I was able to find their debut. Very good debut. I really, very much enjoy this one. Again, the guitar playing goes without saying. But of course, I only knew the Sultans of Swing. But the other songs on here are really good as well, like Down to the Waterline, Setting Me Up, In the Gallery, Wild West End, which is a terrific song. Yeah, just a very, very good album. One thing that kind of bugs me about this CD is that if you look on the back, I'm like tracks 1 through 4 are on this side instead of this side. I don't know why they do that, but regardless, it doesn't change much. Still a terrific album. Alright, next. This album took so long for me to find because I don't know why it's so hard to find on CD for some reason, at least on Amazon. I had to get this up from Discogs. So, but on the good side is that now I have every album from this band, and that band is Eagles. So we have On the Border. I think this is their 3rd studio album, if I'm not mistaken. And pretty good one. Pretty good one. So yeah, Already Gone. You Never Cry Like a Lover, My Man, James Dean, The Best of My Love. Very good album. Very happy to finally have this. And yeah, I now have every Eagles album. And one of the reasons why I wanted to get it because Garrett from Sound Left Studios, he kind of went through a huge Eagles kick. And it really influenced me to really try and finish the catalog. So maybe at some point we'll rank the albums and maybe we'll do a favorite songs each album episode on the Eagles, because you know, Eagles are a very good band. I know many people are there are people out there who are sick of the Eagles, but they're still a great band in my opinion. So maybe look out for those 2 videos at some point. I'm not going to give any specific dates or anything, but someday. Alright, next we have David Gilmour. I got one of his solo albums. So of course David Gilmour from Pink Floyd, and here I have this album called On an Island. So again, I kind of wish I got this before I did the whole CD packaging video, because this is also pretty unique. Not only is it a book style, but the spindle is quite different. So here it is. It's a little foam type of spindle, which is kind of interesting. Of course, it's a bit harder to take out, I must say, to get this out, but that's cool. Alright, so David Gilmour, this came out in 2006, so this is his 3rd solo album, and yeah, I liked it. Again, it's very ambient, has a lot more, I don't know, like I said, just more ambient sounds to it. Kind of, if it sounds something you would hear from Division Bell. That's the best way I can describe it. So if you like the Division Bell, you might like this type of album. Again, I mean, of course, David Gilmour does some great playing on here. One thing worth noting is that on the 2nd track, which is the title song, On an Island, you have David Crosby and Graham Nash providing backing vocals, which is pretty cool. It sounds very nice though too. So go check that song out if you haven't. But yeah, solid album. Maybe we'll check out more of his solo albums. We'll see. Okay, we got Grateful Dead. We have Working Man's Dead. Okay, another one of their the studio albums from the Dead. This one's very much in line of more Americana, blues, folk type of music, and very good. Great stuff. Uncle John's Band's great song. Dire Wolf, Black Peter, Casey Jones, Easy Winds also pretty good. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying my journey throughout the Grateful Dead. I still have not looked at any live albums yet, but that's a like I've been saying, that's a whole other can of worms. But one day we'll check those out. All right, another shout out to Nick, because I know he's a huge fan of this band. And I know he talks about this album a lot. So we have the Hollies with Evolution. Yep, this is an album that's been on my list for quite some time now. Again, mainly because of Nick and his insistence of me checking this album out. So yeah, this is kind of them going in that psychedelic route. And yeah, this is a very good album. I very much enjoyed this one as well. And I've enjoyed what I've heard from the Hollies. I wouldn't say they're my favorite. They're one of my top all-time favorite bands, but I very much enjoy going through their albums. So very psychedelic cover, and this is the UK version. I know there's a US version, but I got the UK version. So yeah, good songs on here. Then the Heartache Begins, Stop Right There, Water on the Brain. Probably my least favorite song on here is Lullaby to Tim. I think that's I didn't really like the effects they put on Graham's vocals on it. I thought that was kind of annoying. But You Need Love is a great song, probably my favorite song on here. When Your Lights Turned On, the game plays, the games we play. Yeah, very good album. Very good. I like it. Very good. All right, we're about over halfway done. So next up, I got Humble Pie. This is Rock On. So I bought the Rockin' the Fillmore live album, and I thought that was really good. So I was able to find another Humble Pie album. So this is the final album to have Peter Frampton, at least in the studio. Rockin' the Fillmore was the last album to feature him, but this is the last studio album he was on. And yeah, again, great hard rock, very bluesy. Shine On's great. Sour Grain, Stone Cold Fever, Rolling Stone, which was a cover. I mean, there's a lot of covers, but that's a given. The Lights, Redneck Jump, just a great rock album. It's not a whole lot to say, but it's a good album. Of course, Steve Marriott, great vocals on here as well as Peter. All right, next we have the original motion picture soundtrack album to Jesus Christ Superstar. So of course, I have the original album on vinyl and CD, but I was able to find the movie version, which is the movie from 1973. And yeah, it's pretty much the album, but with the movie cast. And yeah, it's a different take on it. Of course, the original is the superior album, but I think the people on this movie did a solid job. You know, Carl I can't say his name. What's his name? Carl Anderson is the name, who played Jesus. Does it tell you? Okay, it does give you. So, no, not as Jesus. Carl Anderson as Judas. But playing Jesus Christ is Ted Neely, who does a great job. When people think of Jesus Christ Superstars, it's usually Ian Gillan or Ted Neely as the two big names who play Jesus. Of course, you have Yvonne Elliman, who reprises her role as Mary Magdalene, and of course she sounds great. And all the other performances do a solid job. But yeah, this is kind of nice to have. Again, nothing can top the original album, but some good stuff here. And to many people usually think of this movie when they think Jesus Christ Superstar. But yeah, I see why. I've seen clips of the movie. I haven't seen the full movie, but from what I've seen, it's kind of campy. They kind of amp up the camp a little more. But you know, that's the 70s for you. But yeah, nice to have. All right, Annie Lennox, of course from the Eurythmics, but I found one for solo albums. This one's called Diva. Pretty good. It didn't blow me away. Again, I wasn't expecting a whole lot, but it was nice. It was decent. Nothing really worth noting. The first song, Why, is pretty good. It's probably my favorite song on here, but overall, it's kind of like, it's fine. It's good. All right, here's another jazz album. We have Charles Mingus with Mingus Again, Charles Mingus, known as a upright bass player. So wanted to check out his stuff, and very good. This is another great jazz album here. Great musicianship here, and when you think Charles Mingus, again, like I said, he's known for upright bass, so you think there would be more bass solos, but not really. He kind of holds it back. He lets let the other instruments shine, but it comes together really well. So, and it fell asleep again 2 times in a row. What is going on? This never happens that much. I don't know why. Regardless, good jazz album. I think to many people this is one of the greatest jazz albums ever, and to many this is very worth checking out. So, pretty good. All right, next I got this at the record store for $1. We have Ted Nugent, Free For All. And, you know, Ted Nugent, kind of a controversial figure, especially when it comes down to his politics, which I'm not going to get into. But this is a good album. It just rocks throughout. And the reason why I really wanted to get this album was because Meatloaf actually provides vocals on this album, and this was pre Bad Outta Hell. Like, this was like, no, not too far. This was like the year before Bad Outta Hell. So yeah, he sings 5 of the songs on here, and he just pretty much steals the show for me. Like, every time Meatloaf comes in, and it's like so good. Probably the song that's probably my favorite song on here is Riding on the Wall, which again Meatloaf sings on it, and he just kills it on that song. And of course Ted Nugent does a great job on guitar as well. The only thing I don't like is probably the album cover, because I don't know what the heck Ted's doing. I don't know if he's trying to smell his armpits or whatever, but regardless, terrific album. Very good. And here's another good album. We have Overkill with The Years of Decay. Again, great thrash metal. I know I unboxed this on camera, but great thrash metal album. Like, every song just kicks ass, basically. Yeah, it's heavy. Great riffs, great solos. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say, but yeah, it's great. I'm glad to have this one. I've wanted that album for a while, and it's good. And yeah, I see why people say that's one of their best albums. All right, I'm kind of mixed on this one. So I was able to find another Prince album. So this one's called Love Sexy. There we have Prince in all his glory. I'm kind of mixed on this particular album. It's not so much the music, because I think the music's pretty good, but the fatal flaw with this particular CD is because it was actually an early pressing. So I got this at a record store, obviously, but the thing is, I looked it up, and when I first listened to this, what confused me was that every song, I mean, on the back, it's all separate, but if you actually play this, it actually reads it as if it's just one ginormous song. I don't know why they decided to do it. From what I looked up, that's only on original CDs where they do that, where they pretty much combined all the song into one track. It's only on later CD pressings where they do separate them, and of course if you go on Spotify they have all the songs separated. But yeah, that's annoying because if I want to hear an individual song, I'll have to just like scroll through the whole 40-minute track to find the song I want to hear, which is kind of annoying. I don't like that at all. So if I am going to listen to this album, I'm probably going to have to go on Spotify or YouTube, because I don't think I want to scroll through a 40-minute song just to find one song I want to hear. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to one day find a later issue of this. But yeah, but the music's good. I mean, and of course Prince is a great songwriter and all, but again, I don't want to have to scroll around just to find one song I want to hear. Anyhow, moving on. Here's a very kind of obscure band. Not a lot of people know about this one. The band's called Spooky Tooth, and this is their second album called Spooky 2. Great name. So they're kind of a hard rock, blues rock band from the late 60s and early 70s. And another great album. Really good discovery here. And the only reason I know about this band is because I actually knew one of the songs. So the song I'm talking about is Better By You, Better Than Me. And the reason why I know that song was because Judas Priest would do a cover on the Stained Class album. So, of course, that'll be a song where they would be sued for. So, I'm not going to get into specifics. You can just look it up. But yeah, this is the original. So, this came out in 1969. And yeah, great album. Again, very bluesy, like I mentioned, but still rocks very, very hard. So yeah, Waiting for the Wind's great. Evil Woman is probably the best song on here. That's a great song, great riff. Lost in My Dreams, good. That was only yesterday. Feeling Bad, sorry. Yeah, very good. I'd say if you want to check out Spooky Tooth, go check out Evil Woman. That's probably a good song to check out. Okay, got 4 more to go. I'm just gonna jimmy this a little bit, just in case it falls asleep again. All right, next, Billy Squire. With this is called Don't Say No. So Billy Squire, I know quite a bit about. Pretty well known back in the day. Again, very good hard rocker. And of course, the first time I heard about Billy Squire was the fact he appeared in that very bizarre music video. That, of course, did not represent him at all, because back in the day, he was considered a badass. And this album shows, because he definitely rocked out. This is a terrific album. In the Dark's a great opening track. The Stroke, My Kind of Lover, Lonely as the Night, Nobody Knows, I Need You, the title track. Yeah, this is a great album. This definitely is a good, just early 80s rock album. So I think this is worth checking out. By the way, that music video, the song itself is good. It's just the music video is kind of bizarre. But regardless, moving on. Okay, 3 more to go. I got more Van Halen. We have Women and Children First, their 3rd studio album. So I'm almost done getting all the David Lee Roth albums. I just need Diver Down, and I guess might as well get that 2012 album. But yeah, we have this one, came out in 1980. And yeah, good album. I mean, it goes without saying about Eddie's playing. I mean, of course he's gonna kill it. But yeah, and The Cradle Will Rock is a great opening track. Everybody Wants Some, Fools, Romeo Delight, Loss of Control, Could This Be Magic? Yeah, I mean, it's Van Halen. What do you want me to say? Okay, this is, some of you might be like, why do you have this? But I got it anyway. So this is by a duo called the Weather Girls, and this is their album called Success. Ironically, this was their only successful album, but regardless, I mainly got it just for the one song, and that is the song It's Raining Men. I just think it's a great, like, R&B 80s pop song. You can say it's a guilty pleasure, but I'm not guilty about it. I mean, who doesn't want a storm of men raining from the sky? I mean, who doesn't want that? But yeah, I mean, of course, the singing on here is top notch, of course. I mean, they were church, they sung in church a lot, which you could definitely hear, because definitely in the way they sing, just the gospel influence, the soul in here. But yeah, I mean, musically, if I'm going to be honest, the music is kind of, a lot of the music here is forgettable. Like, only the vocals really stand out. But yeah, if you want to check out the Weather Girls, go check out It's Raining Men. It's a fun song. And they also have a Christmas song on here. It's called Dear Santa, Bring Me a Man for Christmas. And that's actually and I actually like that too. But yeah, don't judge me. All right, and the last CD I have for this haul, we got Neil Young with Freedom. This came out in '89. And I only knew one song before this, and that was Rocking in the Free World, which is a terrific rock song. But a lot of good songs on here as well. Kind of starts on a weak note. It starts with Rocking in the Free World, which is a live acoustic version of it, it's fine, but you know, kind of, I mean, I want the rock version. I don't want the acoustic version. Crime in the City is a great song. Don't Cry. The Ways of Love, Someday, Wrecking Ball, No More. Yeah, very good album. I enjoy this one quite a bit. So yeah. So there you have it. That is every CD I bought throughout the month of June. Of course, in the comments below, let me know what was some of your favorites from this haul. If you like these videos, please give this a like. Subscribe if you're new. I do want to quickly announce, I said this on the live stream recently, but in July I'm going to take a break from buying music. I did this last year and I succeeded that month. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a couple things to kind of distract myself, hopefully. And if I do end up failing, then you can decide my punishments. Hopefully that won't be the case. But again, thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye for now.